Hey, York Explorers, Mr. Ort here. Today we're going to look at different ways to classify angles. Okay, so can you name the lines or parts of the lines? This is kind of just a refresher to kind of remind us that this right here is a line segment. Right here, this one is a ray, so it looks like. And this right here is a line that goes on forever, and the ray goes on forever in one direction. And just this blue dot anywhere is a point. Okay, so what exactly is an angle? This is what we're talking about when we're talking about an angle. An angle is two rays that are connected by one endpoint. An endpoint is known as a vertex. Okay, so this right here is a ray. Then you have another ray, and then they meet right here, and that is called the vertex. So this is what we'd be measuring, this angle right here. But that is what an angle is. It's two rays that are connected at one point, and that endpoint is known as a vertex. Okay, so angles are different because of their different sized openings, and we have special names for different sized angles. So the one that we probably heard about is a right angle. So a right angle makes a square corner. It is also called a 90-degree angle. So a right angle is called a 90-degree angle, and usually you see like a little box right here. And on this next slide you can see this. So this is a right angle. It's looks like an L. So you see that special symbol, like a box in the corner. So you got this little box right here. That says it's a right angle. So the 90 degrees is rarely actually written in it. So if we see the box in this corner like this, we're being told that it's a right angle. Okay, see if you can make a right angle with your arms. While you do it, I'll try and do it. I think it's kind of something like, maybe like this. Close. You can kind of see the right angle. Something like that. There we go. Okay, an acute angle. So an acute angle is less than a right angle. It's between 0 and 90 degrees. So really, an acute angle will never be 90 degrees. That's why it's saying between the two numbers. So it's between 0 and 90. Really, an acute angle is between 1 and 89 degrees. But really, for how mathematicians write it, an acute angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. I know they're kind of small, but these are, all these angles below are acute angles. So you can see right here, 62 degrees, 48 degrees right here, 71 degrees, 54 degrees, 12 degrees, and 67 degrees. And here's another way to remember it, a trick to help remembering what the word acute means. That the word acute means a smaller angle, so think that the angle is so acute. Ha 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 ha. Or acute. So like cute as in tiny. So small. Okay, can you make an acute angle with your arms? It looks something like this. Let's see if it gets in the camera. So it'd be like small. You can see, kind of. Here's like a right angle, kind of like that. Acute angle would be something, yeah, like that. See if you can make it with your arms as well. Okay, so an obtuse angle. Let me go back real quick. So we got right angle, acute angle, and now we have obtuse angle. So obtuse angles are angles that are greater than a right angle. These are the ones that are between 90 and 180 degrees. Okay, really you need to think about that these are actually between 91 and 179 is really what those angles are between. And you'll see why, because a 90-degree angle is a right angle, not an obtuse angle. But think about it as just the obtuse angles are bigger than 90 degrees and smaller than 90, and then smaller than 180. So these, I know these are kind of coming in smaller, but all the angles below are obtuse angles. You can kind of see they have a way bigger opening than the acute angles. You can see this one, 168 degrees, is really close to a straight line, and that's actually the one that's next. This one's 94. Yeah, it's pretty close to a right angle, but 94 is bigger than 90, so it's an obtuse angle. In a way that I remember obtuse is by saying obtuse like this, obtuse. It sounds big, all right? Cute, small, obtuse, big. Okay, can you make an obtuse angle with your arms? could be something maybe like this. Kind of big. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, so a straight line. Believe it or not, a straight line does have an angle to it. It is exactly 180 degrees. So a straight line changes the directions to point the opposite way. So you can kind of see it's like when we get into measuring angles with a protractor, you'll see why it's a straight line. And sometimes people will like say you did a complete 180 on that, meaning you completely changed your mind, idea, or direction. So all the angles below are straight lines. Yeah, it looks like it's slanted, but still it's a straight line. You have two rays that are going in different directions. Okay, so reviewing. What type of angle does the letter L form? Give you a few kind of seconds to think about it. Hopefully correct. It's a right angle. Hopefully you kind of thought or said right angle. What angle is this bird's mouth making? Think acute or small. So yes, acute is correct. It's smaller than 90 degrees. And obtuse was just shown, but think about what the angle is for this clock hand right here. And yes, it's big, so obtuse. Okay, and kind of got out of order there. But alright, we're going to take a look at what you're going to be working on today. Okay, so this is the assignment that you're going to be working on today. The directions are down here, so click on the green boxes to type your name and the date. You don't need to type the date, but you double click and it'll let you type. You can type the date here if you want. I may actually put it in as well, but get your name on here. Then you go to the next slide, and really it's the angles we just talked about. So you got straight, obtuse, acute, and right, and you can drag these into the boxes. You're going to see that 90 and 90 is put here. So that way you know it's between 90 and something, and between something and 90 for acute. The last one. You're going to do your best with this one. So thinking about dragging each angle into the correct box. Start with the right angle. Which one looks like an L? Then go to obtuse, which are the ones that look big. The opening is huge. Then go to acute. Think which one are tiny. The angle is smaller than 90. And then where's the straight line on here? If you have any questions, reach out to your teacher.